Well, I'm drowning in the sunshine as it pours down from the skies. There's something stirring in my heart, bright colors fill my eyes, as from here to the far horizon your beauty does unfold. And oh, you look so lovely, dressed in green and gold. And I can almost touch the ocean, shimmering in the distant haze, as I stand here on this mountain, on this loveliest day of days. Round half the world I've drifted, left no wild oats unsown, but now my view has shifted, and I think I've just come home. To the homeless and the hungry, may you always open doors. May the restless and the weary find safe harbor on your shores. May you always be our dreamtime place, our spirit's glad release. May you always be our shelter. May we always live in peace. And so I'm drowning in the sunshine as it pours down from the skies. There's something stirring in my heart, bright colors fill my eyes, as from here to the far horizon your beauty does unfold. And oh, you look so lovely, dressed in green and gold. Dressed in green and gold.
This is a song in praise of the seamen that came around this way. This is an island and it couldn't have existed without them. Ye gentlemen of Belfast, who ride about at ease, how little do you think upon the dangers of the seas. Give it to our bold mariners, and you will clearly know all the fears and the cares we poor sailors undergo. All the fears and the cares we poor sailors undergo. If you would be a mariner, you must have a valiant heart, and never be downhearted, nor never fear no start, nor neither be downhearted in frost, hail, rain or snow, and never think for to sink when the stormy wind do blow. Never think for to sink when the stormy wind blowed. We brought the wretched convicts halfway around the world. The pioneers and settlers, they saw our sails unfurled. We were sealers, we were whalers, and we helped the country grow. And we manned the merchantmen that around the world did go. We manned the merchantmen that around the world did go. And when we reached Port Fairy with wages for our pain, the tapsters and the millers, they shared in all our gains. For we called for liquor merrily, and we paid before we go. And we roar on the shore when the stormy wind blow. Yes, we roar on the shore when the stormy wind blow.
Hey, mister, can you use an old folk singer? Hey, would your patrons like some old-time soul? Could they use a touch of jazz or blues? No, I'm sorry, I don't play no rock and roll. Oh, but I can make him cry to Molly, darling. Sing along to roll your boat ashore. I'll sing until the dawn. When that crowd is gone, mister, I'll be glad to sweep your floor. Hey, you should have been around in the scene back in the 60s. Oh, wasn't I a star there for a while? But then that scene messed up my head, and I got strung out on reds. Hey, then that Bobby Dylan, he went and caught my style. Oh, but I can make him cry too sometimes. I feel like a motherless child. Oh, sing along to row your boat ashore. That street life sure is fun when you're 21. But hey, mister, I ain't 21 no more. So I just take the love of them that still remember. Take the help of them that care to give. Swap my songs for sandwiches and shelter. Well, hell, even a living legend's got to live. Oh, but I can make him cry to the ballad of Dancing Doreen, and sing along to roll your boat ashore. I could roll your boat ashore. Hallelujah. I could roll your boat ashore. Hallelujah. You're making a liar out of me. I could roll your boat ashore. Hallelujah. I could roll your boat ashore. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Yeah. I could roll that boat ashore. Hallelujah. I could roll your boat ashore. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Thank you very much.
Yeah, well, I'm on the road about 10 months a year, and I spend about 2 months at home, but not all in one chunk. And I love Australia. I've been coming here between 3 and 5 months a year. You know, the first year, about 11 years ago, I think I was here for 2 months, and then it's been expanding more and more because I adore it here. Yeah, I play a lot of different instruments, and as a songwriter, it's a very exciting thing. Because each song I write, it comes from a different palette, you know. I can choose a different instrument, and it'll take the song in a completely different place. I find writing on guitar, you end up with very guitar-centric sorts of songs, the way the licks are, the melodies, and how it works around it. If I pick up a concertina, which has all those drony notes, you know, I'm going to have a completely different structure of song, and how the melody works over the instrument is completely different. One of my favorite things about festivals is they each have their own stamp of their own self, you know, and people are like, people in the States are always saying, are all the Australian festivals like these here in the States? I'm like, no, they're completely different. In the States, they tend to have, most of the festivals I go to have one stage and a few smaller stages, but it's mainly a one-stage thing for the most part. So you get very few performers. And each performer, it's much rarer that you get booked because, you know, they'll have 25 or 30 performers, but those performances are really, it's a huge venue. Where the English festivals, they tend to be lots of littler things, lots of littler venues, but so, you know, the audience is always like, oh no, you know, there's 16,000 things at once, what do I go to?
My left arm encircles your neck. I smell a hint of laundry soap mixed with sweat. No one's made a stronger aphrodisiac yet. How I love this tango. A meal-long rose up on the band's charts. I feel the quickening of your heart. A growl from the bass, we're off to a running start. How I love this tango. Under the Southern Cross, nothing wagered is something lost. Your foot slips between mine. I know the bones of your spine. I know the way that you feel when your shin discovers my heel. A little caress, then a kick. Facing our hands, our cheeks, they touch. You shave today. Oh, I know so much. The heat off your face gives me an anguished blush. How I love this tango. Like shadows, dancers pass us by so nearly. A glint off their skin is all I can see. No other dancer can satisfy me. How I love this tango. Late nights and empty rooms. Daylight always comes too soon, but it's beautiful to see your eyes so clearly. A taxi on the street, we say, e vamos a hotel, señor, por favor. Y cuando estamos entre medio de las sábanas, how I love this tango, Peter. George. Nothing wagered is something lost. Your foot slips between mine. I know the bones of your spine. I know the way that you feel when your shin discovers my heel. A little caress, then a kick. A taxi on the street. We say, hey, vamos a hotel, señor, por favor. And when we are finally between the sheets, how I love this tango.
Used to say, there'll come the day where I'll be making songs or finding better words. These ideas never lasted long. The way's open along the road. The air is growing thin. Too many friends have tried, swept off this mountain with the wind. Meet on the ledge, we're gonna meet on the ledge. When my time is up, I'm gonna see all of my friends. Meet on the ledge, gonna meet on the ledge. If you really mean it, all comes around again. And now I see I'm all alone, but that's the only way to be. You'll have your chance again. You can do the work for me. Meet on the ledge, we're gonna meet on the ledge. When my time is up, I'm gonna see all of my friends. Meet on the ledge, we're gonna meet on the ledge. If you really mean it, it all comes around again. Meet on the ledge, we're gonna meet on the ledge. When my time is up, I'm gonna see all of my friends. Meet on the ledge, we're gonna meet on the ledge. If you really mean it, all comes around again. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, the products don't work in the rain. So you all right? Any minute now, my ship is coming in. I'll keep checking the horizon. Now stand on the bow,
feel the waves come crashing down, down, down on me. And you say, be still, my love, open up your heart, let the light shine in. Don't you understand? I already have a plan. I'm waiting for my real life to begin. When I woke today, suddenly nothing happened. But in my dreams, I slew the dragon and down this beaten path, up this cobbled lane, I'm walking in my old footsteps once again. And you say, just be here now, forget about the past, your mask is wearing thin. Just let me throw one more dice, I know that I can win. I'm waiting for my real life to begin. Any minute now, my ship is coming in. I keep checking the horizon, and I'll check my machine. It's sure to be that cold. It's gonna happen soon, soon, oh so very soon. It's just that times are lean, and you say, be still, my love, open up your heart, let the light shine in. Don't you understand? I'm waiting for my real life to begin. Hey. On a clear day, I can see for a long way. Yeah, on a clear day, I can see.
Muchas gracias. Enjoy the rest of the night. Thank you very much.
Music played a huge part in growing up in my house in Dublin. My father was he came from a very rural part of Ireland, a place called Rathlin Island on the north coast of Antrim. And he was very passionate about more traditional music. My mother, on the other hand, came from the city, came from the heart of Dublin, and was as passionate in her own way about music, but a different style of music, the music of the day. And so between them, they handed down this great love of music, and there would always be instruments in the house. There would always be friends invited back maybe on a Sunday afternoon, and singing and music was a big part of growing up in my life, yeah. I wasn't a purist in the same way as if I came from the west of Ireland and was brought up in that tradition. So there was that different, and then of course I was listening a lot as growing up to what was popular in the radio as well, and I was a big Beatles fan, and I was listening to country music when I got into my teens, and folk music probably more so, but generally I had a broader interest in music, I have a house which is down in West Kerry, southwest of Ireland, and in that small community is primarily Irish-speaking area, steeped in tradition, the most beautiful, glorious landscape, which I feel reflects the music, because the music is very beautiful as well. And it's very much, the traditional music is very much alive. The songs, the dance, everything. And it's so important for me to feel that I can still be in that small group, walk into a little bar with maybe a half a dozen to a dozen people sitting around and exchange songs and stories in that way. And I think that's something that'll stay with me till I die. For me, that's what it's all about. There are, of course, differences. It's funny because there are so many Irish Americans and Irish Australians, and the kernel of the people is the same. There's that longing for the tradition, or that ancestry to sort of have a meaning, or to sort of connect. And I see similarities in that way. I see lots of differences in other ways, in personality. The personality of it's very difficult to sort of break it down. But I know when I come to Australia, I actually feel more at home than I do in America. As an Irish person, I feel a stronger connection to Australia than I do to America, even though they're probably much more American Irish than there are Australian Irish, when you think in terms of numbers. I think the most significant connection for me with Australia from a musical point of view was meeting up with Shane Howard. And I'm just such a great fan of Shane's, I think he's an amazing artist, an amazing writer.
Keeping all that fear inside.
The thing that was most striking was his songs for me. Being a singer of other people's songs primarily, I'm always, it's like I have a little keen ear there all the time for a good song.
Oh, there's 1,000 things to do. So let's start here with me and you. Take a little time. Let's see what we can find. Oh, come on, walk with me. Talk with me, tell me your stories. I'll do my best to understand you.
I remember being in Ireland in about 1998 with Steve Cooney, and we're in the kitchen with Father O'Riordan. About 4 a.m, he said to me, "How far do your feet go down?" And I went, "Pardon?" He said, "How far do your feet go down into the earth?" And in Ireland, I wasn't sure about that. And it took me a moment to process, and I thought, ancestrally, my feet go right down into the earth there. And here, we're only getting our feet into the earth. I mean, I grew up as a kid, around the